Good evening or good morning, wherever you are. It's afternoon here in Bali, and I landed in Bali 2 days ago. And so this session is coming to you live from my room in Ubud. And for this month, the theme being the power of the pause, I've really had to practice what I preach, so to speak, after my bike accident in Berlin, which happened on the 5th of June. And yeah, I fell off my push bike and I had a bit of a nasty bang to my head. Fortunately, had no concussion and no bleeds and no fractures. So I was really forced. It was an uninvited pause as such, where I really had to stop and pause and allow myself to heal and completely slow down. And I've really been practicing that. So I figured today was being a Sunday and where we could do a combination of Qigong and breathwork, we are going to be doing some sitting Qigong meditation and then about 4 breathwork exercises before we finish with a standing Qigong meditation. All of these exercises are designed to bring that pause and that stillness into ourselves when we need it. And not just when we need it, but it's something we can practice because it's so important that we take those moments of having stillness, of coming into that present space, of having that pause, because we have such busy minds constantly going off in all directions as we think about what's potentially going to happen tomorrow or what happened yesterday, a meeting you may have ahead, the work you have to do, the family issues you have on a daily practice. So this is really about finding those few moments to find those pauses and stillness. So I'm going to start with 2 Qigong sitting exercises. I'm just going to move my chair back so you can see this. And if you have to bear, fix up a chair, one that you can place your feet, one where you could potentially have back support if you need that back support. And going to be sitting with our feet firmly planted on the earth, our hands just facing upwards. And this exercise is from the Tai Chi Gong system. It's called the Supreme Ultimate Gong. So it's about aligning heaven and earth. This is particularly good on aligning the body's energy with natural forces, and it helps rejuvenate our Qi energy, calms the nervous system, and quiets the mind. It's perfect for stress relief and mindfulness. And so the key thing with this is the stillness within this exercise, not adjusting our position or our hands or scratching our nose. We feel like we've got to scratch our nose or we need to move because we're feeling uncomfortable. This is really important that we just practice stillness. So I invite you to keep your feet firmly on the ground, your hands facing up to the heavens, the universe, sitting upright, spine straight, and tucking that tailbone under. Maybe you might just move that, tuck the tailbone under a little. We bring our chin back towards our chest, so it's not jutting, our tongue in the roof of the mouth, and we're looking straight ahead. We're looking without looking, keeping our eyes open. And what we want to do is, while we're looking straight ahead, we want to take our mind into our internal system, inside, and focusing on a part of our body. So that might be the heart beating, it may be your diaphragm moving. If some of you were on the class last week where I showed you that amazing video of the heart, the lungs, and the diaphragm all working together. So just focusing on a part internally in your system, and staying here in the pause, in the stillness. And we're going to be here for 2 minutes. So don't let the mind think about that. Let's just stop, go into the stillness, focusing on what's happening internally. And if the mind wanders, just bring it back to that part of your body. Bring it back to the breath. The only part of your body that should be moving is your belly as you breathe. And you'll be blinking your eyes, but your eyes should be still and connected. What did you notice in that time? Did you find your mind heading on? Did you manage to bring it back and focus on something internal, something happening with inside? Might have been that your mind was even looking at your mind. Yeah, and so it's very common for us with our monkey minds, chatter going on, for us to be distracted. And if we can bring ourselves back to that stillness, back to that pause, and then we can let the mind go, stop all that chatter, then we get glimpses of consciousness, pure consciousness. And this takes a lot of time and practice to come into this space, but it's so important that we do this. It's finding that time to become present with ourselves and within ourselves. So the key thing is not to adjust. Now I had a fly land on my lemon hand, and I flipped my finger, and then I also slightly moved my head to look at time. But ideally, you're not moving, you're not adjusting in any way, you're just sitting there in that present space. Okay, the next sitting exercise we're going to do is called cultivating hands. We stay in this, continue to stay in this upright position, our feet rounded on the floor. For men have their left hand underneath and the right hand like this, like you're holding a column, and the left hand is holding the column up and the other one is holding the top. And for women, it's the other way around. It's the right hand on the bottom and the left hand holding the column top. So this exercise, what it does is it connects our three centers, our mental center, our spiritual center, which is our heart, mental is our head, our third eye, and our physical center, which is our lower dantian, just below our tummy button. And it also, we are connecting the center rod, which is basically a center rod coming through the top, down through us, down to the base of our spine. The center rod is connecting us to the universe, and the base is connecting us to the earth. And then it's about connecting our three of our extraordinary vessels, the daimai, which is around the waist, which is at the back, and the chainmai, which is down the front. So this exercise connects all these places together into stillness, into allowing the energy to flow through us, but at the same time bringing us into a very present space. So they're holding the bottom, whether you're a man or woman, left, right hand for woman. I'm gonna mirror you that. This is the right hand for woman and left hand on top. and just relaxing everything. So because we're holding this hand in this position, we're going to invite you to focus purely on this hand that is at the top holding that column. And once again, we're just going to bring ourselves into that present space and focus on the hand. You're still looking ahead, looking without looking, but you're now focusing on that top hand. No adjusting, no moving, staying still in this present place, in the pause. Next 2 minutes, just slowly and gently bring your top hand down to tops of your thighs. So this promotes the smooth chi circulation and balances the 3 dantian, the lower, the middle, and the upper energy centers, and it harmonizes the entire body. So those 2 minutes pausing, beginning of just really coming into that present space and realizing these moments to pause. Remember not to adjust. Staying in stillness is so important. Even though, once again, I have that fly land on my hand, I wanted to flick it off. I really had to stay focused on just staying still and present and focusing on the top of my hand. You may have felt the energy in that hand and you really focus on that. Without looking at it, you can just feel that energy. Okay, I'm going to come up close to you now and I'm going to do some breath work exercises. And today we're going to focus on 3 exercises that are all, I just check that I'm on the camera, okay? Okay, so these 3 exercises all have pauses within, or breath holds. And so breath holds are actually, controlled breath holds, really actually important for our system. They enable us to increase our CO2 tolerance and enable better oxygen exchange. So the 3 that we're going to do, we're going to start with the triangle breath. And this one we inhale, we exhale, and then we pause or hold on the exhale. When we exhale, when we hold on the exhale, we're activating our parasympathetic nervous system. And these controlled breathwork rhythms train interoception. I think I talked about interoception last time, and I also shared on the platform a really great article in The Guardian about interoception, which is about internal sensing, which is really what today is about, is that internal sensation and supporting emotional regulation and enhancing focus, but really coming into ourselves, coming into it, embodying ourselves, understanding what it is to have a body, to be part of this, and to internally focus on this. So let's begin with the triangle breath. I'm going to inhale for 4, out for 4, and hold for 4. We'll just do a round of 10 of these. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. 3 more, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Last one, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. And just bringing breath back to that normal rhythm, natural rhythm. And as you're doing these exercises, just even in that space of the pause, maybe you could say, I am the pause, or I am in stillness. So I'm really focusing on that moment of pause and how powerful that is. The next exercise is square root breathing, or it's basically like a 1-1-2 ratio, which is what we're going to do today. We're going to inhale for 4, we're going to hold for 4, and then we're going to exhale for 8. Because it's quite a long exhale, I do recommend that we use pursed lips as we're exhaling. That allows us to control that exhale it makes it easier rather than exhaling through the nose. On those long exhales can be a little bit more difficult. So let's begin this, just tuning into our breath first of all, just taking a few gentle in and out breaths, in and out through the nose. Then in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale. In, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, through pursed lips, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, I am the pause, 3, 4, exhale, in, 2, 3, 4. I am the pause, 3, 4. Exhale through pursed lips, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, pause, exhale. In, 2, 3, 4. I am the pause. 3, 4. Exhale through pursed lips. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. In, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one lengthens the exhale significantly, which really does support with down regulation and vagal tone improvement. It's like a stretched out box breath, which is in 4, hold 4, out 4, exhale, hold for 4. But the extra emphasis is on the releasing of that long exhale. And a longer exhale stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, at reducing cortisol, improving heart rate variability, which you're going to be hearing a lot more about from Tom on Wednesday, and promoting emotional resilience. So the other thing is breath retentions on the exhale, also known as controlled hypoxia. So it's a normal, basically we'll be breathing in normally, in and out through the nose, and then we hold on that exhale for between 10 to 30 seconds. I'm going to do it for 15 seconds with us today. And this is a great way of allowing that CO2 build up for us to feel comfortable with that air hunger, enhancing the nasal nitric oxide, which dilates the blood vessels and increases the oxygen delivery to cells. It also improves tolerance to stress and resets dysfunctional breathing patterns. This is a very powerful exercise that is used by Oxygen Advantage and the Take-O breathing. So let's breathe. We're going to breathe in normally through the nose, out through the nose. We're going to pinch our nose and we're going to hold our nose for about 15 seconds. Just get my timer so I can do that and make sure I get it right. Okay. That. Okay. So let's breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, pinch the nose and hold. And at the end of the hold, we're going to breathe back in through the nose. And 3, 2, 1. Breathing in and just normal breathing for a few breaths. In and out through the nose. Using those breath holds as those pauses, as those moments of stillness. And let's do that again. In and out through the nose. In and out. Pinch the nose and hold the nose. And back in at 3, 2, 1. Back to normal breathing in and out through the nose. Using these breath holds as our pauses and breathing in and out. Pinch the nose and hold the nose. Three, 2, 1. Normal breathing. The reason we breathe back in through the nose after we've held our breath is because of the nasal nitric oxide that we've actually built up during that breath hold. So taking that back into our system. Breathing in and out. Pinch the nose. Three, 2, 1. Breathing in and out. And we'll breathe in for a few breaths. And this time we're going to hold our breath 20 seconds. So just normal breath in, normal breath out, pinch the nose and hold the breath. 20-second pause. Good. 3, 2, 1. Normal breathing. Slowly, gently in and out through the nose. All this breathing is done through the nose and these are instructed. And again, breathing in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathing in and out. We're going to finish off with one a little bit longer. We're going to see if we can hold that breath for 30 seconds. Now, if it feels uncomfortable at any time and you need to take an inhale before the 30 seconds is up, please do so. And just go back to breathing. Breathing in and out. Pinch the nose and out. Relaxing everything. Sitting at the pause. I am the pause. Finding the stillness within. Breathing in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to normal breathing. How are you feeling after that? How did you cope those breaths? Now I'm going to get you to stand up and we're going to do some standing Qigong meditation exercises. So finding a space, we're not going to be doing much movement. And the first one that we're going to do is get our feet in hip distance apart. If you forget how to do that, you take your right heel up against your left toe and then swivel on the big right toe and keep it a distance apart. Keeping the knees soft. Keeping the knees nice and soft. Tucking the tailbone. And relax, the palms are facing down to the earth. Our head string is connecting us to the universe. Our hands and feet are grounding us into the earth. And this exercise is called smoothing the spleen, stomach, and liver by raising one hand. Now, like the next 3 exercises are really important that we don't adjust, that we stay within the pause, that we stay within that space, because that's where the magic as such. This exercise I'll just demonstrate. I take my right foot and I step out just like at a 45 degrees angle. I leave my weight on my back leg and my front foot is light. There's no weight in it as such. And the hands start like this and then I bring my hands up and the left hand, right hand, sorry, goes to top. And this one stays here and we look to the hand above. Keeping the weight on the back foot. And just focusing on the hand. Not adjusting in any way. Keeping the stillness within. Relaxing everything. What will tend to happen with these exercises, we'll start to feel some pain or some discomfort. And that's when we want to adjust. But actually what we need to be doing is just relaxing into it, letting the pain go, standing in the stillness, standing in the pause, focusing on the hand. And then as we change sides, I bring the right foot back and the right hand comes down. Then what happens is we take both hands, they face up. Then as I bring out the left leg, hands turn over and we keep the weight on the right leg, the left foot out, very little weight on it, and the hand looking up to the hips. And we focus on this hand. Start breathing gently in and out from the nose. Focus on the hand. And the stillness within. Pain starts to happen because you're holding your hand under the shoulder or the arm. Maybe the weight on your back and just accept it, acknowledge it, and let it go. And come back, we bring the left leg back, left arm down, hands cross each other like this. And then as I bring out the right leg, the right hand, with the left hand down, facing to the earth, and focus on our top hand again. Stillness, adjusting, staying with that, letting go. And bring the right leg back and the right one down, hands cross, and then finishing off left leg at the side, left hand is up, left leg is forward, but all the weight is back in the right leg. Focus on the hand, facing towards the wrist, staying still and present. Standing and looking through any pain that you have, letting it go, sitting in stillness and it falls. The mind wanders, bringing it back to the hand, back to focusing on the hand, feeling the energy that comes with that. Acknowledge the pain. And because the pain is where chi is getting stuck, acknowledge the pain, the chi will then flow through and the pain will go away as we let it go. The next one is flying eagle. Once again, feet in the same position. So bring as if our hands are being pulled up, or our elbows and our hands and our wrists are being pulled up by string. And this one, we'll just hold the arms here like this. Looking straight ahead. Looking without looking, soft gaze. In the tailbone. Staying still. Staying in the pause in the stillness. 2 minutes. Very gently bring the hands down. You may have got your body waving a little bit backwards and forwards. That's okay as the body adapts and adjusts to the stillness, to the pause, to staying still. The difference with this pain is it's a discomfort rather than an injury where you've knocked your bike or rolled your ankle or done a strain to your muscles or your bones when you've been working out at the gym. That's a different sort of pain from this one, which is more of a discomfort. And so it's about just letting it go, working through the discomfort of holding your arms there. Really starting to feel shaky. Just let it go. Relax into it, which is so important. If you just relax and let it go, it's where the magic comes. So we're going to finish off with one more standing exercise. This one is called holding the tree. Balances our yin and yang energies within our system. Up. And then we hold our arms towards each other, and then rather than leaving the arms up or tucking them down, just find that comfortable place in between, as if we're holding onto a tree. Just show you that from around. So it's a round tree, and not out this way, not from here, holding the tree like this. And the distance between the fingers is 2 finger distances apart. You'll start to feel that energy that starts to accumulate between the 2 fingers. You can almost see the energy go between the 2 fingers. And we're just going to sit here with slightly bent knees, relaxed arms, holding that space. 2 minutes. And if I said 2 minutes, the mind's going to go, how long is 2 minutes? Just let that go. Just hold the space, sit in the pause. Final pause for the day. Make the most of it. Use it. Acknowledge it. Experience it. Sit within pause. It's 2 minutes. And so we bring our hands, so if we're bringing them across the table, back towards our heart, then lower that energy back into our lower dantian. That concludes sitting in the pause session today, finding the stillness. So those exercises that I've given you, in particular the Qigong meditation, standing and sitting exercises, are all exercises to practice with, of course. You may stand in those exercises for just 30 seconds, but try to stay a little bit longer, building that up from 2 minutes to 5 minutes, sitting in that pause, really finding that stillness. Because when we find the stillness, when we can stop the mind going chatter and find that stillness, that's when we can experience consciousness. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice to get to that space. But something really powerful. And we have that capability of getting there, time and practice and sitting in the stillness, acknowledging the pain, acknowledging the mind wandering off, and then just bringing it back to the pause, to concentrating, focusing on the stillness, and what a powerful and beautiful place that is. Next Wednesday, not Tuesday, I have Tom Granger coming in, and that's going to be a bit over an hour, about an hour, 15-minute session with Tom. Incredible teacher, author of Draw Breath, and founder and creator of the Aria Breath musical app. And he's going to be taking us through a masterclass on breathwork, really, finishing with coherent breathing to music. I love Tom. He really is a mentor of mine and someone I greatly aspire to. Would love it if you can all be there on Wednesday. It's from 7 o'clock till 8:15 is the time. I will, of course, be recording that, but would love to see you there. It's also open to people beyond the Breath Collective. If you have any friends, family, colleagues, anyone that would benefit from this, I think on my Facebook and in my Instagram, I've got a link into that. All they have to do is give me their email and I will send them through the Zoom link to that. So I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, wishing you a beautiful Sunday evening, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Please, any feedback on the collective, anything about the platform, anything I'm doing, I really would appreciate any feedback, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm open to all, and really today is a Sunday session, a good session for people. Is there a better day that we could be doing other than mostly Tuesday nights? Really appreciate the feedback. See you. Bye.